Hi, Washington Mill writers. We have worked really hard. We told a story and we sketched that story out on a planning sheet. We took that planning sheet and we transferred each picture into a real illustration inside our book. And then we labeled each picture. I'm done with my job of labeling now, and I'm ready to get started writing my sentences. So my sentence should match my picture and explain the event, what's happening there. Okay? So in this picture here, Mr. Kime was telling us that we could go play. So I want to use some words that explain the story really well and the order of it. So I'm going to start with the word first. Notice how I use my finger as I'm saying my sentence. That helps my brain start to think about where my words will be. First, Mr. Kime said we could play hide and seek. That's a long sentence. Let me say it a couple more times. First, Mr. Kime said we could play hide and seek. First, Mr. Kime said we could play hide and seek. First. I'm going to still use my strategy if it's not a sight word for me that I used when I was labeling. And that was to say it slowly and write down the sounds you hear. So first isn't a sight word for me. That means I'm going to have to stretch it and say it slow. First. First, Mr. Kime. So Mr. is a new word. I want to leave a finger space after first. First, Mr. I don't have to think about how to spell Mr. Kime because I already wrote it in my label here. So I'm going to use it. I just get to copy now because I worked on that already. Mr. New word. Kime. First, Mr. Kime said, said's a sight word for me. First, Mr. Kime said we, another sight word for me. We could, I don't think I have room, I'll do it down here. Could's not yet a sight word for me. Let me stretch it out. Well, there's some sounds in there I don't know. Could, I don't remember what word I'm on. First, Mr. Kime said we could play. Hide. Hide. And seek. See. Oh, that has the word see in it. See. I want to let everybody know my sentence is over. I'm going to use a period. First, Mr. Kime said we could play hide and seek. I'm going to go ahead and finish writing my story.